Welcome back to another episode of Testing Your Tactics, and in today's episode we're looking at a 4-2-2 Ralf Rangnick inspired tactic from Hold My Heim. Let's get into today's episode. As always, no badges, no past experience, no transfers made. We were going on holiday for this test. We've got 3 teams that we are going to be looking at today. Let's have a look at the tactic. But the tactic is a 4-2-2. As you can see, sweeper keeper on support, 2 wing backs on support as well. So no additional instructions for the sweeper keeper. Wing back on support on the left hand side, cross more often and tackle harder. The same for the right hand side. 2 ball playing defenders on defend with dribble more and to tackle harder. Right hand side of the defensive midfield is a ball winning midfielder on defend, no additional instructions. Segundo volante on the left hand side on support with tackle harder as the additional. An advanced playmaker on the left hand side on support with roam from position and to tackle harder as added instructions. An advanced midfielder on support on the right hand side of the 2 with tackle harder here. A deep line forward on support with tackle harder as the added instruction. An advanced forward on the left hand side with tackle harder as the added instruction as well. So it is a Ralf Rag 4-2-2. Custom gegenpress tactical style here. A positive mentality. In possession, fairly wide attacking width, pass into space, play out of the defence, shorter passing directness with a higher tempo as well. Low crosses in the final third, hit early crosses as an added instruction with play for set pieces also. In transition, counter press and counter, distribute quickly with distribute to the fullback and to the centre backs here. Taking short kicks from the goalkeeper also. Out of possession, high line of engagement press with a high defensive line. Prevent short goalkeeper distribution has been checked here. Trigger press much more often, get stuck in and to step up more as well. Now we are going to do 3 tests, one with Wolves as a relegation candidate, one with Brentford as a mid-table team and the other with Manchester United. Let's get into the Wolves test and let's see how we get on. Now we have been sacked with this test with Wolverhampton Wanderers. Our job history says that Wolves were in 13th place in the league when we did get handed our notice here. Manager timeline, we're actually sacked on the 3rd of December as well, so pretty brutal. How did we actually get on with Wolves then? So 3rd of December is where we are looking at. I mean, they were in 13th place. How did we get on? So we beat Chelsea. No, we didn't. We lost to Chelsea 2-1. Drew to Sheffield United and then lost to Nottingham Forest 3-2. Drew to Brighton. We beat Burnley 5-1. That's nice. Manchester United was a 1-1 draw as well. We lost to Fulham 2-1. But we beat Arsenal 1-0. We beat Everton 5-2. We drew with Tottenham 1-1. But then a bit of a bad run of form here. Lost 4-0 to Liverpool. Lost 4-0 to Brentford. Drew to Luton 3-3. And we lost to Aston Villa 2-0. And that's kind of when we got given our marching orders. So 3 wins out of our first 11 games. I mean, it isn't fantastic. And the form did pick up after we did leave as well. So quite interesting there. We can't do any more about the Wolverhampton Wanderers because of the time that we did get the sack. But we have now got Brentford to have a look at. And let's see if we've done any better. Now with the Brentford test, we actually finished lower than our media prediction. We're finishing 13th place with 10 wins, 12 draws and 16 losses across the season. A minus 23 goal difference as well. Now I'm not expecting any of our players to be in the top 3 for goals, average rating, assists, player of the matches, clean sheets or yellow cards as well. So let's see if we were involved in any of the stats. So we're not involved with the most goals, top 8. Most shots for, we're not there. Fewest shots against, we're not there. Pass completion, most possession, tackles won, seconds. So, you know, we made it onto the list for one of them. Dribbles made, we're not there. Nor for clean sheets, or for fewest conceded as well. In other competitions, knocked out in the 4th round of the FA Cup to Leicester City, and knocked out in the 2nd round of the Carabao Cup to Bristol City as well. Now let's see how we did perform. I mean, it's not a great test, this one, but we did start off fairly well with a 2-1 victory over Brighton, a 2-0 victory over Burnley, but then we lost 2 and we drew 2 as well. 2-1 victory over Tottenham Hotspur, but then we drew with Liverpool and lost to Newcastle. To be honest, looking at this as a team like Brentford, it's not the worst that I have seen, to be honest. We beat Luton 2-0, beat Villa 3-2, but then Wins were very scarce looking down here. We had a run of 4 draws against Wolves, Bournemouth, Palace and to West Ham as well. And then quite a lot of losses have come in the latter part of the season. So we lost to Burnley 3-2, lost to Manchester United 2-1, lost 2-0 to Arsenal, 2-1 to Tottenham, 5-1 to Liverpool, 5-0 to Newcastle, 2-0 to Wolves, 3-0 to Bournemouth. We got 2 wins here against West Ham and Crystal Palace as well. So we're doing all right in London. But then lost 5-1 against Chelsea, 2-2 against Sheffield United, and then we lost 6-2 to Nottingham Forest as well. Looking at the squad, I mean, top goal scorer was Brian Mbeumo with 11 goals and 6 assists. Kevin Sade, 7-1. Johan Wissa with 6-1 as well. I'm not going to go into any more detail. A pretty poor test with this Brentford team. But our next one is going to be with Manchester United. Let's see if we did any better. And we did get sacked as manager of Manchester United. Looking at the job history, we were in 8th place when we did get relieved of our duties, and a manager timeline, 16th of December. So we only lasted a few months in the job. Not a fantastic start. Not a fantastic tactic, if I am being honest as well. So an overview of the tactic: the 4-2-2, Ralf Rangnick from holdmyheim. Yeah, I wouldn't recommend using this one. I don't know if it was tested before it was uploaded onto the forum, but yeah, not fantastic. But you know, if you find any use out of it, let me know down below. Until then, I'll see you in another episode of Testing Your Tactics.